Hello everyone, welcome to your Valentine's Day 2016 special romance reading for all the signs out there. I just want to wish you all a very blessed day, and I hope you have, a tremendously pleasurable time with your loved ones. And for those of you who are single, I hope that you make the most of it and still go out and enjoy the time and live it up. So I thought this would be fun just to do for Valentine's Day specifically. So we're going to look into a romance reading specifically for all the signs. What I'm going to do is I'm pulling out two cards from my Joie de Vivre deck. It's the Joy of Living. And then two cards from this new deck that I just I'm experimenting with, which is the Teramusha. And the imagery actually work quite well together. So let's begin here. It is going to take me a bit of time to shuffle in between, but I am going to shuffle for all the signs rather than picking cards ahead of time. So once I have drawn the cards, then I'll fast forward into the timestamp. So the first one, we're starting with Aries and then Taurus and so on and so forth, ending with Pisces. So let's see what's going on for Aries. Valentine's Day 2016, Aries. All right, so Aries. The first card I have out here is the Magician. And in this deck, I do feel that you are going to be living it up, and making a splendid Valentine's Day celebration this year. You're showing here, I feel that you are admiring somebody. And the other person that is in your midst that you're admiring is potentially an earth sign showing up here. It is somebody who's quite reserved, and I do feel earth signs being Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody that is in your midst, and I feel that for a lot of you, you are, admiring this person from afar. So this is the great opportunity for you to just reach out and see, if they're interested. I do feel they are reserved because there is somebody as well, possibly a partnership or, somebody else that they're seeing. So for a lot of you, this earth sign can be, they have just gotten out of a relationship and things like that. But I do feel that you are admiring them from afar, and I do sense that it would be in your best interest here to actually, buy them a drink. Have make some type of an offer, because I feel that they're a little bit preoccupied with their environment, and as a result, they might not know at all that you are interested. So for those of you who are coupled up, I do feel a lot of stability coming into the relationship. You have somebody that is alongside you and who is very, very financially stable. So I do feel this is going to be a very good day for you to get out there, either with your significant other or get out and about if you are single. There is definitely a very strong earth sign in your midst, and they are looking for somewhat of a stable relationship though. So I do feel, in terms of options and things like that, um, you have a lot of people who are interested in you, because as the Magician energy, you are attracting a lot of good vibrations your way and good attraction your way as well. But I do sense that a lot of you are fixated on an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or somebody who is very, very financially stable, and who takes care of others, and who is, very generous with their time, with their heart, with their ability to be helpful. So this is a very, it's going to be a really good Valentine's Day for you guys. All right, so on to the next sign. Let's see. What do we have for Taurus? Let's see what's going on for Taurus for Valentine's Day. What's going on for Taurus for Valentine's Day? Okay, so the cards are just popping right out. So Taurus. All right, the first thing here is you have the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is definitely some type of a communication breakthrough, some type of victory, either getting the communication from the people that you are hoping to hear from, or getting some type of a proposal invitation in order to go out, in order to have a good time, all right? A lot of you are, there is an air sign, so air signs are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, showing up here as a Page of Swords. And Page of Swords is could be potentially somebody who is a little bit younger than yourself, or who is very childlike, innocent. And if there has been stall communication in the past, this is definitely coming in as, you know, communication breakthroughs and things like that. For those of you who have recently gotten out of a relationship, I feel that you have your eyes on somebody else, and you're either that or you're moving forward. And I do feel that you are, you know, outplaying the field. I definitely feel that you are still, if you have recently gotten out of a relationship with an air sign, there is still going to be some type of communication coming through from the air sign to you, all right? In terms of your environment, your dating prospects and things like that, you definitely need to make an effort to leave the home and to be out and about. You have the Wheel of Fortune coming through, which means that a lot of love interest, a lot of just great opportunities are coming through in abundance. So the timing is now, and this is actually going to be very, very good for you to get out and about and to mingle. I definitely feel a very strong energy around you that is, you know, I'm sensing um, a person, darker hair, darker hair, darker complexion, and I also feel as well that this is somebody who is, you know, from across the room, just very, very attractive. So you are going to be, I guess, like the right thing to do is, especially for you males out there who are looking for love, and if you're out and about and single, I definitely feel that this person is going to catch your eye. If you're a male dating a female, I feel that the woman has lighter hair. So, you know, lighter brown to reddish hair. And obviously this is not going to apply to everyone because, you know, we come in all shapes and sizes, but I definitely feel there is somebody here that is catching your eyes that has like very vibrant personality and very vibrant features about them. For women out there, I definitely feel that you are surrounded here by an air sign. This is somebody who's very intelligent, very whimsical as well. So I do feel it's on the offing for you. So make an effort to go out, okay? The advice here is the Four of Swords in the reverse. And the Four of Swords is, you know, that period of contemplation, of mourning, and whatever it is. Even a recovery period is definitely over. So it is really important for you to get out and about, since, you know, the outcome here is the Wheel of Fortune, all right? So I hope you enjoy your time this Valentine's Day. All right, so now we have Gemini. Let's see what's going on for Geminis out there for love for February 14th, 2016. So Geminis, one of the thing I'm getting with you here is love and money, okay? And it seems to me like it's one or the other. So let's just go through this. You have an extra card that popped out, by the way, so you have 5 total, which is actually quite interesting considering that the other two cards from the Taramusha deck is indicative of, you know, either love or money. And it's saying very clearly here that it's one and not the other. So, you know, this is not destiny. This is definitely things that you can change, and it's definitely within your power to change, and they don't have to be mutually exclusive. So let's look at this reading. The first card I have here is the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords, I feel that a lot of you are, you know, happy and content being on your own, being single, and you're hoping to, I feel like some type of very extravagant affair that is happening for you in this Valentine's Day. Possibly going on a cruise or, you know, partying on a boat. I feel like some element of water associated with this, where there might be, you know, the party might take place on a boat, or it could be in a place surrounded by some type of water. If you are invited to any place like that, please do go. There is going to be an authority figure here that you actually, I feel that for a lot of you, you might have liked in the past, or you, that is circling around your environment that you have your eyes on. And I feel a very strong, either an authority figure or a very strong fire sign. So I feel that this person is there, but for some reason you're very, very timid and you're feeling quite afraid to reach out to this person. And I do feel this person is, could potentially as well, for those that have recently split up, somebody that that you might have recently, you know, moved away from, and this person is now circling around your environment this Valentine's Day. There's a very nice celebratory energy about you, but I feel that for a lot of you, you're feeling a little bit sad and defeated when it comes to this authority figure, and you're trying your best to approach this person, but for some reason you feel like they don't have, you know, like you're not catching their attention. You don't know how to break out of your shell in order um, to get their attention. So towards the end of the night, what I'm getting is this. I feel that a lot of you are going to go for it. I feel that you're, you know, drinking, and I feel that you're working up the courage, and you're just going to be like, here I am. This is, you know, this is me. This is the person that likes you. So I feel that a lot of you might make that grand gesture of love, and if you work up the courage to do so, it is going to pan out so beautifully. But I do feel one of the main thing here is that for a lot of you, you might not be ready to enter a new relationship, and you feel like, you know, with this authority figure, it seems like it's going to be something stable and something that is permanent. So you're kind of hesitant about whether or not you're ready to enter a new committed relationship. For those of you who are completely single and there is no authority present, a figure present around your environment, I do feel here we have the page of, this is the Page of Cups. So this is a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and I do feel this person is very, very much interested in you. They're adamant about their feelings, and this is going to take you to a new romantic on a new romantic journey. And I do feel, because we are ending up with the Ace of Pentacles, it is a very meaningful relationship that can flourish and stabilize as a result of this. Okay, so going back to what I said about, you know, love and money, I do feel for those of you who are interested in somebody in your work environment, just tread very, very carefully. I feel that a lot of you, there's like a lot of alcohol flowing where you are. There's a lot of just drinking, socializing, and I feel that either A, you're not ready yet to enter into a new love relationship and you feel that this can be serious, or B, the other person is in your work environment or is linked up to you in some type of a professional setting, so you don't want to jeopardize it. But either way, work up the courage, let them know how you feel, and I feel that it is going to be a very splendid night for a lot of you. For those who are a couple, I definitely feel that I'm sensing that for, you know, it is a day of romance, so it is best to spend it with our significant other or spouses and things like that. So if for some reason there is some type of distance between the two of you, you know, try to Skype, try to see each other, try to spend some time together via I don't know, social media, or try to connect via Skype. That way you are with each other. You know, even though there might be that geographical distance between the two of you, technology has gone a long way to allow us to bridge the distance. So I feel that it would be very important for you to spend this day with your significant other, especially if they are far away, okay? It is going to be a very, very good day for you guys, and you know, go out and about and circulate. And there is a water sign, very strong water sign coming in around you. Someone with a very, I guess, pure heart is what I'm sensing. It has the potential to go the distance, all right? All right, so next up we have Cancer. Let's see what's going on for you Cancerians out there. All right, Cancers. I have four cards out here, and it seems like there's some backtracking here. You've got some really, really amazing cards, okay? So first of all, you've got the Ace of Cups in the upright position, and then you have the Two of Cups also in the upright position. But I feel that the cards are conveying, you know, very different stories. So let's talk about how this might apply to the first group. I feel that for those of you who have recently started dating somebody or who are in a committed relationship, I definitely feel that there is a great strengthening and deepening of the relationship as a result of February. Not just for Valentine's Day, but I feel that through the course of February, things are greatly going to be taken up to the next level and deepen and strengthen as a result, okay? I definitely feel that for a coupled or recently, you know, paired up Cancerians, it is really, really important for you to take this relationship seriously, because I do feel it has the potential to go the long haul. And I do sense as well, for those of you specifically, all right, if you are linked up with a, I'm sensing a very strong Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If you are linked up with a Leo, I want you to just think about this and, you know, if this applies to you. If you're linked up with a Leo specifically, and if you're recently linked up with a person who has gotten out of a relationship, or who has, you know, you or the other person might have like a significant other, and you're choosing instead to spend this day with one another despite what your partner or their partner is up to. I do feel that this is a situation that, you know, after Valentine's Day, that needs to be resolved. And I don't feel that this is an issue that you can deny anymore, because I feel that, especially if you're dating a Leo, there is a some type of a, it's a very strong soulmate type of connection, and you can no longer deny your feelings. So I do feel that, you know, it is a difficult choice for you both to come together, and there might be pain and anguish caused as a result of this, or there might be opposition coming from your environment as to the union of this, you know, you both coming together. But I feel that the relationship has sustained itself and is deepening against all odds. So I feel that it is a difficult choice that we, all parties, have to make. and there has been a lot of compromises, and there has been a lot of pain surrounding this situation, but you both are coming together. So I definitely feel for those of you who have significant person in your life in your past, where you feel that very, very strong magnetic pull and soul connection, where you care about each other, not only romantically, but as, on a human level. It's important to reach out to them and just wish them, a happy Valentine's Day, and just say that I just want you to be happy this year, and extend that friendship even. All right. For those of you who are single, on the other hand, I definitely feel that with the Ace of Cups here, this has a lot of potential for, being in the right place at the right time in order to attract the right love to you. So I feel that, around February, for a lot of Cancerians, I do sense that you're not going to be indecisive anymore. You're going to take the blinders off, and you're going to decide, settle down on one relationship partner. I do feel a lot of you might be dating, and you're kind of finalizing, do I choose this one or the other one? But either way, whatever path you take, there's no wrong path. It's just that you have to choose one person, and that means, also letting one person down. But I do feel that it's better late, or it's better now than later, when they are immersed in you. So try to do this, process. Try to do this elimination as soon as you can, so that, just for courtesy, I guess, because so that they can make other plans, okay? And I do feel as well you are going to have to go out, and there is very, very strong indications here with the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. There is potential to meet a very, very compatible person. Not only is the relationship going to be incredibly, incredibly just hot and steamy, but it's also built on friendship. So I feel that a lot of you should go out. You definitely should go out, but you're going to attract people who have possibly, been. I feel like similarities, like you both might have been through a lot, like you might have a similar history, similar background, similar childhood in some way, where you can talk about your exes with one another, and your new person will understand completely where you're coming from. So it's a relationship built on friendship, reciprocity, respect, and mutual history, like some type of same history between the two of you. So definitely get out and circulate. You are in a very good place to meet the right person, and that can have a very strong soul connection with you. All right. So great. I hope things work out for you, Cancers. All right. So next up, we are heading towards Leo. So let's see if Cancer shows up for Leo as well. So Leos, February 14th, 2016. What's going on for Leos? All right, Leo. So there is an air sign circulating around you. And this air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, is showing up here as a Page of Swords. And I do feel that there is very, very strong attraction between the two of you. But for some reason, I feel like something is kept under the radar. It could be, somebody who is in your work environments. For some reason, I feel like there are external restrictions not allowing you both to come together. So you're kind of admiring each other from across the room. And I feel like this energy has been, I've been picking up this, unspoken attraction between you and an air sign since January. So, I don't know exactly, how this is going to play out in your life, but I definitely feel that it is mutual. I feel like two people eyeing each other from across the room, and I do feel that it's very subtle, it's very under the current, and it is extremely exciting. Now, I feel that because you both might be in a work environment, that's why this is not moving forward, okay? What I also feel as well is that there you have a very similar vibe to Gemini, where it's sort of like love or finances, and I feel like if this is somebody tied in you with your work environment, you might not want to take the risk because maybe you're not supposed to date the people that you work with. And I feel that this is the day or the time frame in which you're going to go with your desires. You're going to let passion come over you. And maybe, things will solidify with this person. And I do feel that, just be careful. Just be very, very careful here. Additionally, I definitely feel there is possibly somebody that you are entangled with, and I feel that there is joint finances and things like that coming into the picture with another person. And this could be somebody like an ex, or somebody that you share assets with, somebody that you still haven't made that severance yet. You still haven't severed the ties. So there's like somebody that you're madly just intoxicated with. And then there's another person here where I feel that, that relationship is pretty much at a dead end. So it could be, somebody that you're separated from, somebody that you might have children together, or just somebody that you feel like the relationship is on its last leg. So the point here is, I feel like, you have to sever the ties with one in order for the other situation to work out. I don't feel you can straddle between two worlds here, okay? So it's really important to keep that in mind. In terms of, for those of you who are, in committed relationship, I definitely feel quite a few tempting offers coming your way. So, it is a day for romance and to celebrate love, whatever kind of love that we feel in our hearts. So if you are with a significant other and you have somebody, significant in your life, really try to stay put and, spend some time doing some type of activities with them, because I feel as if you might be out and about with your single friends, and then there is room for a lot of temptation coming through. But for those of you who are single, and if you're just, going out and about, I do feel that it is going to be quite an exciting time. There's a lot of attraction, temptation out there as well. I feel like more temptation than anything. So if you're like at work and you're celebrating and there is somebody that you like in your environment, but you know that you can't be with them for any reason, just be very careful. But I feel that passion is going to override, your sense of I wouldn't say morality, but I would say, common sense. Passion is going to override it. So just be very careful. If it's an environment, work environment, and you can't date, then, you want to be careful about that, okay? Yeah, so I pulled another card for you just to see, what you should do in this situation if it's a work environment and you're kind of not sure if you should make a move. And we have here the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is all about conversation, okay? So maybe you can start out becoming friends and, striking a conversation, seeing what their relationship status is if you're not sure. But, exuding the personality of the King of Swords rather than the King of Wands, who is very driven by the libido. This is more of a mental energy where, it's less intimidating, it's less focused on I guess it's less focus on passion and sex. It's more, being rational, being cerebral, getting to know one another and getting to know the other person on a very deep level as well. So taking that approach would be much better for you. I want to say that if for those of you who are interested in an air sign, they are quite reserved. Okay, so it is going to take a lot of courtship and a bit of a courting period in order to get them to open up. And I do feel that for the both of you, I feel like there's hesitation coming in from both sides. There's definitely a lot of attraction, a lot of like underlying sexual tension I'm sensing, but neither side is really doing anything about it. So the advice here is that, strike up a conversation because this has a lot of potential. And I feel that for a lot of you, you know that the other person is interested in you, but for some reason you're not listening to your intuition. I also have the High Priestess in the reverse position. So for some reason you're not listening to your intuition and you're not making a move. So this is pretty much the time period where your passion will take over, so you want to temper it more with the rational side, but at the same time, strike up a conversation because it's very, very strong sexual tension going back and forth between the two parties. It's clearly there and no one is really building on it. So, um I feel that for those of you who are dealing with an air sign, if you don't scoop it up, I feel that another air sign is going to come through and, possibly buy them a drink or, scoop them up. So you want to be careful, all right? Overall, very, very good Valentine's Day. A lot of communication coming through, a lot of ideas, and a lot of formulating plans and ideas. And also, if you're for any reason like caught up with work and you can't make the time to do it, just hang out with your work associates as well. But if you have a significant other at home, try to get home early and spend some time with them, all right? So very, very good Valentine's Day. I wish you the best, Leos. Okay, so let's see what is going on for my Virgos. February 14th, 2016, Virgos. Okay, Virgos. So for Valentine's Day, for those of you in committed relationship, you're definitely going to be having a joyous, joyous time with your significant other. So I definitely feel there is a lot of stability. There's a lot of like, finally taking the time off from work and spending this together. And I feel like a lot of you are, either I feel like going on a one of those amusement park rides or going on a carousel ride, or I don't know what those are called, like a Ferris wheel, one of those Ferris wheel. I feel like there's music, there's a place where things are like coming around full circle. So I feel that for a lot of you it is going to be a very whimsical romantic night. Okay, you're going to be spending a lot of time together for sure. And I do feel it's kind of like two children at an amusement park, or two children holding hands at a candy store. So I feel like it's a very sweet, loving, childlike situation. So you're going to have a very, very good time here. By the way, the card I'm reading is the Ten of Coins. So this is, overcoming a lot of financial worries, anxieties, and things like that, and being together. But the Ten of Coins is also a card about family completion, and it's a card about financial stability and also, the family coming full circle. So this is a situation where if you have children, I feel that the children are being put to bed early. I feel like they're dreaming, and then, you and your significant other sneak off, or are spending a romantic night, just the two of you. I definitely feel as well that if there has been a lot of, if you've recently moved into a house and you're like fixing things up, and the house was kind of like in disarray, this is the time in which you're going to let practical responsibilities, you're going to lay them down, and you're going to do things more to nurture your soul and to nurture your inner child. So, this is like guilty pleasures, binge eating on chocolate, binge watching whatever it is that you want to watch. And I feel that for those insignificant relationships, your significant other will be with you. For those of you who are single, I do feel there is an air sign, and for some reason, air signs are popping up all over the place. And it could be because we are in the time of Aquarius, and Aquarius being an air sign, along with Gemini and Libra, they're popping up for most of the signs, especially for this Valentine's Day. So that's a little strange. But I do feel that for those of you who are single, there is an air sign in your presence. And I definitely feel there is going to be, if there has been stall communication, there is going to be some type of breakthrough in this situation for you. Okay, you have the this is the Knight of Swords as well as the Ace of Swords, and both of these indicate communication breakthrough, some type of messages. And I do feel in this context it is greatly about finances, about some type of connection that they're hoping from you. So if they have been absent in your life, I feel that they're coming back. If there has been any type of troublesome negative energies in the past, or if there has been miscommunication or just some type of distance between the two of you, they're coming back in your life, and there is going to be a victory that can be had through this. And I'm not getting an overly romantic vibe, so I'm going to pull out another card just to understand the dynamics here. Okay, so we do as well have, so I pulled out one more card, and we have the King of Wands. And the King of Wands here, it's a fire sign. So this is Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. So let me see how this is going to tie in for your romance reading. So I feel that, okay, so with this Knight of Swords, I definitely feel that there might have been, you and possibly this air sign working at cross purposes with one another, or the communication is just not as smooth as you'd like. So it would be really good for you both to just sit and like not talk about these things, because I feel that it might get in the way of the romance. So, sit with one another and communicate non-verbally for like half an hour and see where things take you, because I feel that there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of romance that for some reason has to be suppressed. Okay, so I definitely feel that it would be important for you to take that route and do that. For those of you who are dealing with a fire sign as well, I definitely feel some communication coming through, and possibly with this fire sign, sun, moon, or rising, there's some type of joint finances, or even children involved in the picture as well. So make some time to be with your new lover or to be with your significant other. And if you are out and about and single, I feel that work is really, really hindering with your romantic life. Okay, you might have a lot of attraction for people at work, and you're trying to keep the relationships very platonic because they're colleagues, and you might just try to be professional. So I feel that it would be best to continue down that route, but take some time off for work and mingle with your single friends, because I feel that fire signs and air signs are greatly circulating around you. But for some reason, I feel like they're in your work environment. So you really need to tear away from work and just go out and meet people outside of work, people that you can actually date. Okay, so please do that, Virgos, and don't work yourself too hard. All right, so next up we have Libra. Let's see what's going on for you guys. Libras, February 14, 2016. All right, Libra. So I have four cards pulled out here, and I feel that, um, first message I'm getting is that music, entertainment, dancing, the nightlife, it is going to heal all, okay? Um, I do feel that for a lot of you, there might have been a very, very recent breakup that occurred in January, and you're still kind of recovering from this. And I feel that, going out and actually spending this time with your girlfriends, your other people who might be single, or just going out overall, it's going to heal everything. It's going to allow you to dance the night away, and it's going to make you feel quite good about yourself. In terms of attraction, we do have the Lovers card, and we have the Fool as well. So both of these cards are telling me, for those of you who are single and you're looking for, dating opportunities, or you're just looking to have a good time, I feel like a lot of you who have recently, gotten out of a relationship, you might not be ready to date just yet, and that's perfectly fine. But I definitely feel in your environment, the cards are advising that, you take a leap of faith, you go on that journey, you actually go out and about and mingle, because surrounding you is the Lovers card, which is a very, very good union that denotes, chemistry, very, very great sexual energy, great chemistry, great rapport as well. Now, these people, they're not, I feel that you might not be ready to date, or they're not looking for anything, like long term. And I feel like it's one of those things where in the heat of the moment, the music is blasting, and there's alcohol flowing and things like that. um, you feel like great chemistry with them, but just keep that in mind, and just know that it's a transient energy, and when night turns into day, things will be different, and you will see this situation for what it is, which is that it's a very, very fleeting type of, I guess, chemistry that you feel with another person. But I definitely feel that music is going to heal all, okay? Additionally, for those of you who are in committed relationships, I definitely feel that for some reason I'm sensing there is going to be great passion, but I'm feeling as if there might be some type of reason, either work, either geographical distance, and things like that, where you are not spending the day with your partner. So I don't know why that this is the case, but I feel like for a lot of you, you might be single. I feel like majority of you might be single, and you might be, just enjoying the time with either your girlfriends, your single girlfriends or your single boyfriends, and going out on the town and just having a very, very wondrous time at a concert, someplace with music, someplace with water. And I feel that it is a really romantic vibe, okay? A lot of you might be longing for that, deep rooted connection, that spiritual union between you and another person. And I feel that you're looking around and everyone might be coupled up, and you're feeling a little bit lonely, but there's nothing wrong with being single. This is a day to celebrate love in all of its forms, in all of its manifestations. So it is a great day for you to learn what it means to, heal and to love yourself and to love others as well. But I do feel there is a lot of chemistry with the people around you, but I do sense that it is a fleeting influence, all right? So keep that into perspective as you go out and celebrate this day. So I do wish you the best, Libras. All right, so next up we have Scorpios. Let's see what's going on with my Scorpios for Valentine's Day. All right, so Scorpios, you've got an extra card that popped out, and they popped out pretty quickly. So let me just read this first. Um, I feel that for a lot of you, you're in a place of contentment right now, whether you're in a relationship or you're just single. I feel that you're in a place of financial prosperity. You're in a place of like emotional stability, calmness as well. All right. Um, I'm using two different decks, and the Two of Coins showed up. The Two of Coins is a situation where we are juggling our finances, and they showed up for both decks. So this indicates to me that there is some type of an authority figure or some type of person in your life that is somehow, you feel like they're kind of like out of your reach. I'm sensing there is great attraction, and I do sense that they're caught up in their own things, but I feel that a lot of you are contemplating or possibly even fantasizing about this person. And I feel like it is an authority figure. It is somebody who is incredibly attractive, and you feel almost as if they're out of your league. But I do sense that it is important to strike up a conversation. A lot of you, I feel, is you're at a very good point in your life financially, and you're trying to not get sidetracked. So I feel that it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. You can have a vibrant, healthy love life and also a replenish your bank account. So I don't feel where this is coming from, but I do sense there is some fear here regarding going out and spending money and things like that. I feel like there's some anxiety, even though I feel like you have enough. So it's quite strange. So don't let that energy, interfere with your love life, and don't let it hinder your ability to go out and enjoy your time. Okay. In terms of your external environment, what's circulating around you is, I feel a lot of earth signs. So I do have here the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles here is somebody who is very stable, who is a little bit detached. They tend to be materially oriented, but I do feel that they see the true value in a person. So I definitely feel that this person is interested, okay? So the earth signs are, so the King of Pentacles is representative of the earth signs, and earth signs are Capricorn, Taurus, Virgos. So there is somebody circulating around you that you are quite interested in, and I definitely feel for you Scorpio women, it might be an authority figure. For you Scorpio males who are dating women, I do sense that for some reason you feel like this person is unattainable, is like out of your reach, out of your league. But that is all in your head. So make sure you don't let this affect, your self-esteem if you want to approach this person. I definitely feel great attraction, and they are looking your way, I'm sensing. So it's mutual. It's mutual, but once again, they are caught up in their own lives, and they are very materially oriented. And I feel very strongly it might be a Capricorn or a Taurus. Not so much of a Virgo vibe, although it could be, but I'm feeling more of a Capricorn and Taurus energy. I do sense that whenever this person is around, you feel emotionally rattled, and you're not really sure how to act, how to behave in a way that is, natural. So a lot of you might just feel that emotional, your emotional cage gets rattled with this person. Um, I also feel as well that for those of you who are in committed relationships, it is going to be a very exciting, passionate night, okay? And I do feel that whatever financial considerations that you have been arguing about in the past is being laid to rest, and I feel that you can enjoy your significant other's company, especially for this night. And we have a lot of passion showing up, so I definitely feel that it's more, the women catering to the men if you're dating men, and whatever gender you are self-identify as. If you are dating a male, I feel that you're like going out of your way to seduce your partner, and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like it is a very physically exciting and just a fun night. So for those of you who are single, there's definitely an earth sign that you should try to approach, okay, if it's appropriate. I also feel there could possibly be an Aries in the picture for some reason for some of you. It might be, you know, an Aries and then an earth sign. So you're trying to decide. I feel that the earth sign would be a better energy for you because you're a water sign. With the earth energy, it's a lot more stable, all right? So go for it, Scorpios. It is going to be a very passionate Valentine's Day. So next up, we have Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on for Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. You've got a lot of cards that popped out. So let's look at this. The first thing that I want to say is that I'm feeling as if all your hard work, all of your manifestations are finally paying off, okay? I feel you nurturing others, taking care of others, always coming to others' aid when they need you, or, you know, going above and beyond to make sure, you know, you take care of your children. You make a lot of concessions and sacrifices in order to nurture the relationships in your life. And I do feel that this is the month in which you're getting the appreciation that you need, okay? So I do have the Two of Cups here, which indicates a very, very profound, a very strong soul connection with another person. And I do sense that it hasn't been this offer for some reason. It's somebody in your midst, but it hasn't been, the offer hasn't been taken up yet. So I feel like it could be another fire sign such as yourself, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, or it could be a water sign because I'm also getting the King of Cups here, which is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And I definitely feel that for a lot of you, you might be leaving one relationship for the next, and you're kind of straddling and you're kind of like, you know, still mourning the past, and you're thinking to yourself, like, is this the right thing that I'm doing? Because, you know, there's one failed relationship. Do I want another? So there's a lot of flip-flopping back and forth energy. And I feel like on an intuitive level, your soul knows who is the right person for you. So once again, it's not about, you know, meeting the right one, settling down, and that's it. It's about the whole, you know, growth process with the other person. It's getting to know one another. It's, you know, working together as a unit. It's all these nuances in between, and it's all about that voyage that you get to know each other, where you fall in love with one another, where you build a life together. And I feel like for a lot of you, you might just you might overthink it, or you might be at a place where you're just like so afraid to start again. But I feel like there's something circulating around you, especially a very, very significant person, a very significant relationship partner that you feel that, oh my gosh, if I get involved, that's it, you know, that's going to be the one, and you get like cold feet. But I do feel that You have to give it a chance, and you have to let the situation play out organically, okay? I definitely feel strong indicators of love and things like that for you guys. And I feel like for especially for those of you who are seeing a Leo or who are interested in a Leo, there is very strong mutual attraction, and I feel like you both are skirting this issue, and you've been skirting it for quite some time. If you're dealing with a fire sign, there's a lot of flirtation, or like hidden undercurrents, like romantic eyeing one another, like just exchanging glances. I'm sensing, but it looks very, very fruitful. And especially for those of you who are in committed relationship, I do sense that you have to nurture your relationship. I feel that if you are still in a with a significant partner, and especially if it's a fire sign, I do feel that you really have to work at it to make this relationship stable and to make it satisfying for yourself. So it's not about well, both parties have to do it, but I do feel for this special occasion, try to step up in that regards, because I feel like you're preoccupied on the fights that you had last week, or the argument you got into this morning, and you're not focusing on all the positive things that the relationship has, or the your partner is contributing to the relationship. So you're dwelling on the negative, and it's really important for you to shift your focus and think about, how has this person made me a better person? How has their presence in my life made me more appreciative of life? So how have they helped me grow? So focusing on all these things would allow you to see your partner and be more appreciative, okay? For those of you who are in relationships with a water sign, and this is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, I feel that this this person is like coming out all guns blazing, and I feel like they're going to do something really over the top for this Valentine's Day. This can be like serenading you, like from the so, for example, you have a house with a balcony. They might just serenade you from outside your window. I'm sensing there's some major, grand, romantic gesture that is really out of character for them, but I feel like they're going to do it, okay? So if this person, man or woman, I feel like it might be a man, is in your romantic life, I do feel that this is the one that you might want to just, hang on to, because I feel that not only is this person very emotionally sound and stable, they know what they want. So, they don't do things lightly. So I feel like if this is completely out of character for them, you are going to be able to see how much they care about you. And he seems in here like he's quite just passionate. He's very, very passionate. So, for those of you who have an ex, that might be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, I feel that this person is coming back and making a grand gesture in order to win you back, in order to have your love and affection. For those of you who are single and out there looking, I definitely feel once again that it is important for you to push yourself out of your comfort zone and dwell on the positive things with the people that you interact with, okay? So, I feel like you've been through a lot, with the Saturn transit, and it's not even halfway through yet. I don't believe, yeah, it's not even halfway through yet. So it's really important for us to find meaning and find positivity in our environment. So that means making the best of situations, and especially it is Valentine's Day. It is a day to celebrate love in whatever form they may come into your life. So appreciating someone's humanity, appreciating their gesture, appreciating the fact that they are around, they want to talk to you, and they want to get to know you. And circulating around you is definitely that soulmate connection. And I do feel that it has a very, very friendly vibe, and I do sense that you really need to just go with it, and don't overthink it. Go with it, and hopefully there is going to be at least a friendship that develops as a result of this. So circulating around you is fire sign and water signs, and I do feel you are going to be very much drawn to a water sign, because this person is quite expressive. They're very colorful, I feel, with their language, and it might seem out of character, but I definitely feel there's a lot of stability in this situation. So a lot of you might be, you know, transitioning from a fire sign to a water sign or vice versa, but I feel like more so transitioning from a fire sign to a water sign, and you're realizing, wow, there is a lot of chemistry, because you are a fire sign, they're water, so you know, together you it's not a relationship that is built on compatibility, but it's complementarity. You have something that the other person lacks, and vice versa, and as a result of it, there's a very strong magnetic pull towards one another. And I feel like, you know, it's just like within your gravitational environment, they are going to attract you and you're going to attract them likewise. All right, so get out there. The Two of Cups doesn't come out very often. If it comes out for a specific day, I would say that it is a really good time for you to do that. And a lot of you too might be attending weddings and things like that. I'm sensing engagement parties, weddings, some type of union between two people. And I definitely feel that you're isolating yourself a little bit, but there are people in your midst that want to get to know you. So, you know, get out and circulate. So I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day, Sagittarius. All right, on to Capricorns. Let's see what's going on with you, Capricorns. All right, Capricorn. So one of the first things that I'm sensing here is a lot of constraints. Okay, a lot of you are working overtime. A lot of you are just not carving up the time to date. And it seems to me as if you're looking at your life and you're showing up here as the Eight of Swords, which is, you know, the mental prison that we put ourselves in. And it's like, you know, we rationalize and we say that, oh, it would be nice to have a relationship, but I like my independence, and you know, I like all these things and all of these things, and you're talking yourself into not dating. And I feel that for a lot of you, it's coming from a place of fear, and it's coming from a place where you feel like you're losing your identity, you're losing your sense of independence. If you have another person in your life, it detracts you from your life's goal and purpose. So a lot of you are in a very high power position, or you're working multiple jobs, either for some reason, maybe to just make ends meet, or maybe to further your career or further your you know, public image for some reason. But I feel a lot of wands energy, which indicates, you know, when they're showing up reverse, it indicates usually a lot of projects, a lot of things on your hands, and also a lot of high expectations of you. So you're not carving out the time to date. For those of you who are single, there is definitely a fire sign circulating around you. I feel that this is somebody that you are very much interested in. All right, and fire signs are Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. This is somebody who has a lot of drive, ambition, stamina. You likewise have a lot of drive, ambition, and stamina, and as a result of it, you feel like, oh, love is just this, you know, frivolous things. There are other things that I want to do with my life right now, and I'm on a very important, you know, phase or stage in my life, and I need to stay focused. But just know that you can't deny, you know, that that side of you that where you need intimacy, where you need closeness, where you need to interact with another person. So I feel like you're in danger of isolating yourself, okay? Um, there is also another earth sign circulating around you, and this earth sign is incredibly, incredibly compatible with you. So I feel like you both are very similar in appearance, possibly ideological, your philosophical ideological outlooks on life are very similar. So the earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgos, and for some reason you're not making a move. So this person is definitely interested in you. As for the fire sign, they're around your environment, but I feel like they might be a little bit hard to catch. Whereas this earth sign is definitely like the ball's in your court, but I feel like you're not making a move. So that's quite interesting. For those of you who are in stable relationship, I definitely feel that you need to make time for your significant other, okay? The relationship is in it's like going through a little bit of a bumpy ride, and it's really important for you to, um, take a preemptive strike and try to fix this. And I do feel that if you're in a relationship with a fire sign, it is a little bit rocky and they feel neglected. And I feel that if it is rocky and they feel neglected, I do sense that they are kind of like on their way out. So you want to pay attention to your significant other, especially if they are a fire sign. If your significant other is any other sign, and especially like another earth sign, things are going to stabilize. And I feel that because you're working so much, they understand it. For some reason, I feel like they're understanding of your situation and they're trying to make things easier for you. So they're kind of back home waiting for you. So make sure you take some time off or make sure you plan something, because I feel like you have a lot of anxiety and you need to de-stress. And a great way to de-stress is just get off work early or get off work in a timely manner and do something that is fun for the both of you, because there's a lot of like pent up energy, and it doesn't need to be used up on the work environment. It can be spent time alone with your significant other in order to reignite the passion in the relationship, all right? So I do hope that you take my advice to heart, Capricorn, and don't work yourself to the ground, all right? Um, you have to take some time to do some leisure things and to also spend time with your significant other, all right? Um, Actually, for those who are single, yeah, so I mentioned the singles. Fire signs and earth signs, very strongly indicative of stability. If you want stability, it is with the earth sign, but I feel like you're not making a move for some reason. And if you want more of a fling, it is more favorable with the fire sign, but I definitely feel that you have to take the time off from work in order for people to come into your lives and in order to expand your social circle, all right? So let's see what's going on for Aquarius. It is the month of the time frame of Aquarius too, so they should, I hope Aquarius gets the good cards. So the sun is in the constellation of Aquarius during Valentine's Day. So let's just see what's going on for Aquarius for February 14th. Valentine's Day, one card flipped out, your card. All right, Aquarius. A lot of you are involved, I feel, with another air sign. So I have the King of Swords as well as the Knight of Swords, and they both popped out for you. And I feel that for those of you who are involved with an air sign, and air signs are another fellow Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, and I do sense that you might want to take it very, very slow, because I do sense for some reason if you're seeing this person casually, I do feel as if they might have other options, okay? So, if you were counting on, if you're seeing this person very casually and you're not in a committed relationship, and you're counting on, possibly having spending time with this person for Valentine's Day, I feel like they might be tied up elsewhere. So that's the first thing. Additionally, if you are out and about and you're single, there is going to be you have a lot of court cards. There is going to be here this is a Page of Pentacles, a Queen of Cups as well. So earth signs and water signs that are catching your attention. I do feel the water sign likes you quite a bit. So this is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is a very, very, very emotionally nurturing person. They are admiring you from afar, and I do feel that they are very, very protective. They have a very sweet heart, and they're very kind. So there's definitely a water sign, especially for those of you dating women. Whatever your gender might be, if you are dating women, I do feel that the water sign is very, very stable. A lot of you have many, many options to choose from. You have the juggler card, and this is a person with multiple options, or trying to decide, who do I want to spend my special day with. And I do feel for a lot of you, it might be, you feel like the air sign is probably out of the running, because he or she might have other options. So I do feel that you are debating them between the water sign and the earth sign. And the earth sign is the Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. One of the advice I have here is the water sign and the earth signs look very, very stable. So any of those two would be a good bet for you, and would be a good choice for you. But I definitely feel that a lot of you have have many, many, many options, and you're kind of at a point in your life where you don't really want an exclusive relationship. And especially if you are in a significant relationship, like with a significant partner, I do feel a lot of you are playing the field this month. So just, be sure you finalize plans early on, who you want to spend time with, so that other people, if you are juggling multiple people, so that, just to be courteous, so that they can make their own plans as well. So don't leave things until the very last minute and then start scrambling, and there will be hurt feelings. But I do feel communication coming in from all. It seems like all these arrows of love are kind of shooting you left and right, and you don't really know what to do. So my advice is water or earth. The air sign looks a little bit like they might have, too many irons in the fire, just as you do, all right? For those in committed relationships, I definitely feel that it seems to me like you're waiting on if you have been waiting on your partner in the past to make plans for you, this is a good month for you to take the initiative and plan something for your romantic partner, in order to, re-inject some kind of stability into the relationship. And I do feel that your partner is going to be really appreciative, okay? um if you are just single, and this is such a good day for you to go out and mingle. If you're single, go out and mingle, because you have so many options, so many people around you who are very much interested. So you can't really, just go through the day without being hit on by somebody. So I feel like, with the sun in your sign, I feel that it's giving you that extra spotlight, is giving you that extra, it's like the power of attraction. So, make sure you manifest whatever it is that you want, and really go out on this day and have a good time with your friends, and, socialize, okay? I feel that you're in a place where you might be taking other for granted, especially if you're dating multiple people, and you're kind of like ruminating, where you're just like, I want that person, but then, they're not really coming my way. Well, it's really important for you to go out and, be proactive in this situation and go for whoever it is that you want. Otherwise, they can't come your way, because you are surrounded by so many other options, and their energies are interfering with one another, and it's blocking you from the person that you really want, or it's blocking the person that you really want from coming in. So you have to step out of this funky, energetic zone, in order to extend an invitation to whoever it is that you want, okay? So it is going to be a very good day for you, Aquarius. All right, so let's see. The last sign we have Pisces. Let's see what's going on for you, Pisces. All right, Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac. So one of the things I'm sensing here is that I feel as if someone has your heart, okay? Someone already has your heart. And I feel that a lot of you are just, if it's somebody from the past, I feel like you're there's a strong chance that you're going back to somebody from your past because this person has your heart. And I feel that, there is a very, very strong pull, and things do happen for a reason. So if you're missing this person, if you're feeling like, oh, I don't really want to um, go on further without this person, or I want to go back, retrieve them and bring them into the present or the future with me because I really, really am very madly in love with this person. I do sense that for a lot of you, you are starting to feel, especially for this month, that there is something in your life where you want to balance it out, okay? So this can be, just trying to find the work-life balance, or going through the motions and realizing that, oh, my life is pretty much empty without this other person in my life. So I really want to go and find out where they are and, reconnect with them. So reconnecting with somebody from the past, somebody that you might have not dated, but you've known for quite some time, is in the cards for you. The other thing I am sensing here is it's all work, work, work. And I feel like a lot of work needs to be done in order to make this relationship balance, okay? At the same time, I do feel that both parties are now finally doing their fair share of the work, like 40-60 at least. It's not exactly 50-50 just yet, but it has the potential to get there. So a lot of you are just at the point where we have to give this one last try, and we both are going to be in it together, and we both are going to make this work, because I don't, you feel like you don't want to be without the other person. So no matter how hard and how tedious the work is, you are going to put in the effort in order to make things work and balance things out. And the other person is going to be right there beside you if you were to do that. I feel for a lot of you, you might be dating, you might be doing this with an air sign or an earth sign. So the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. The earth sign is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. And either way, they are going to put in the work. I also feel as well that if you are single and you are looking to date, if you're single right now and you're just completely, completely done with the past, don't let the past suck you back in, and just go out and have, a good time, enjoy your life. What's coming in for you here is the World card, and the World indicates attraction, it indicates expansion. It indicates, vibrating on on a very high frequency and attracting people who are very similar to you. So don't be afraid of newness, and, really try to get out there and to be seen and to be, in the right context. All right, circulating around you once again is the air sign and the earth sign, and they might be new people as well. I feel a lot of earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And I do feel that these people are a little bit distracted, okay? They have they're quite shy, I feel, and they kind of need a lot of reassurance and, being nudged in the right direction. So subtle flirtation is kind of lost on them. I feel they need something like very overt, so they want you to just step up to them and just, just tell them, oh, I really like you, let's date. Because I don't feel like they respond well to glances across the room. They don't respond well to, just friendly gestures. So I feel like they are a little bit difficult to court, but they definitely will open up and show that they're interested. If you are in established relationship, I do feel that it's one or the other. And I do sense that your significant other is working a lot, and it is up to you to try to coax them in order to get them to come to you. Okay, they're working a lot. I feel like they're not out, cheating or anything like that. They're just working a lot. So I have the Eight of Pentacles as well as the Seven of Pentacles, and both of these are heavy, major work cards where the person is just so strapped down and inundated by work. And I feel that you're getting upset for this month, and especially for this day. They might be forgetful. So, just know that the men, or, the masculine energy, they're not the ones that are responsible for this holiday in any type of a ritualistic, um, I guess, ritual that is done to for this day or for any other day or to enhance a relationship. Um, Men and women can play the role, and it's important for you to also, if you're a female, and your significant other is always working, I feel like instead of getting upset, plan something in order to get them, to take some time off or to come home early or to be alongside you to celebrate this day. I feel like they're so forgetful and they're working so hard that they might not even know that it's Valentine's Day. So don't get upset, okay? Especially for you ladies out there. I feel like your man is working very, very hard in order to secure something. So it's really important for you to as well um, appreciate them for what they've done, but remind them gently that, oh, it's Valentine's Day and I want you to spend time with me. I feel like for a lot of you there might be a little bit of resentment, and you might, be tempted to go out and seek like a fling or something. So don't resort to that, okay? Especially in established relationship. But I do feel for Piscean women, there are two men. A lot of you are like tempted by a different man outside of the relationship, or you are possibly dating two men and you're trying to decide. And I feel that rather than your future, you might be going back to somebody from the past, okay? If you're in that situation, just, try to aim for the future, because I feel like it has a lot more potential. So if you're straddling, there's like a person from your past and a person in your future. The person in your future looks a little bit more stable and a little bit more conscientious and considerate. The person in the past feels to me like it's all, me, me, me. So try to go forward with the future energy. He or she seems a little bit more, I feel like, stable, but I feel like humble. Humility, and somebody who is very, very humble, and they work very diligently, and they're very reliable. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. For those of you who are single, you definitely need to get out there. We have the World card, and it doesn't get any better than that, okay? So at least there's going to be connections made, but I definitely feel that you want to take the first step in coaxing other people to come to you, or at least, showing an interest. And I feel that subtlety is not going to do it. I feel that you kind of have to, the energies around you, people are a little bit just distracted or preoccupied, I guess. So you might want to, show them that you're interested, okay? So I do hope you all have a wonderful, blessed Valentine's Day 2016. And I do wish you all the best. So make connections, friendships, and love relationships. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.